Hello there, and welcome to Tips and Tricks with Pepper Shakers. Today, let's talk about how to get out of standard issue police handcuffs. This is specifically for the purpose of stage magic, not for the purpose of breaking any laws or disobeying lawful orders from a police officer. So, with standard issue police handcuffs like this, they function by having ratcheting teeth that go in and interlock with spring-loaded teeth underneath. If you have a standard handcuff key like this, which you can order for very cheap online, you can also find handcuffs like this and handcuff keys like this at pretty much any Army, Navy, Marine store or like tactical store for very cheap. These were like $12, but pretty common. If you have a key like this, you'll unlock the handcuffs by putting it in and twisting it clockwise. And then that will lower the teeth inside and will release the ratcheting arm. Now a double lock is this little button on the side. Might be hard to see, but it's this little hole where the back of the key fits in, or any other small object. It compresses a button, and that makes it so that the handcuff cannot compress more once that is done. This is a safety feature, so it doesn't hurt the wrists of the person that's in it. Now, if that happens, and then you need to quickly get out of these handcuffs, you're going to put the key in, you're going to turn it all the way counterclockwise, that undoes the secondary lock, and then you turn it back clockwise until it releases those teeth. And now the handcuffs are unlocked. There are ways to get out of these without a key, and it's pretty easy to do if the secondary lock is not compressed. But if it is, it's more tricky. But I'll show you what to do if the secondary lock is not compressed. So I have a paper clip right here. What you're going to do is you stick the paper clip in the keyhole and you bend it sideways so you create a little hook like this. Once you have that little hook, you stick it into the top of the keyhole where it has this little straight part on top of the circle. You stick it in and you stick it to the right, at least on these. Some handcuffs might be different. You stick it in until it compresses a thing that lowers the teeth inside, and then you can open the handcuffs. This is something that takes a bit of practice to get the hang of, and some handcuffs may be different, but most are pretty similar to this. So I definitely recommend getting yourself some like this if you're wanting to practice this skill. If the secondary lock is done, it makes things a lot more complicated. You might need a thinner piece of wire, like with the safety pin, but it needs to be strong enough that you can apply force to it without it bending. So we're trying to simulate what the key would do. So the key turns counterclockwise until it activates that secondary unlock. So you can hear that click right there. But if you don't have a key, you need a stiff piece of wire to do it that's thin enough to fit through that hole at that angle. So I encourage you to practice it if you're wanting to. Again, I am not advocating for anyone to do anything that violates a law or a direct order from a law enforcement officer. This is for fun only, for stage magic, or if you're real freaky. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there.